So this video is about this beautiful young woman, Jodian, who lost her precious life because of the negligence of so-called medical professionals who failed to do their job. So I just had to vent. Everybody's talking about this in the Caribbean. It's such a sad story, and basically, I just wanted to give my 2 cents. So, here is a clip of a conversation I had with my aunt, who was a midwife for over 30 something years in the United Kingdom. So, here it goes. Because I didn't understand exactly when you were mentioning about why she was short of breath. You were saying what could potentially be the reason why she was.
Okay, first of all, I only read this thing once because it's so long. So let me tell you first. The thing is, they say she had raised blood pressure, right?
High blood pressure. Right.
She had high blood pressure.
Right.
So in pregnancy, there's a condition that is called the abbreviated PIH, or they got an old term, pregnancy-induced hypertension. The other term that is associated with that condition is called preeclampsia. And eclampsia is fitting, so the woman could fit prior to delivery or after delivery. It's a very dangerous situation. Now the thing is, with high blood pressure, you got to look for other signs, right? You got to test the urine. You got to see if she's got any swelling of the feet.
Yeah, they said she had swelling. In another article I read, they said she had swelling, which is normal. That comes with pregnancy.
No, it's not always normal. It's not always normal. That's what I'm telling you. It's not always normal.
Okay.
Sometimes, that's why they got at every visit, a woman comes to the clinic, they got to check her urine, right? So one of the danger signs is if the kidney starts to produce a lot of proteins.
Oh.
So they got to keep an eye on the blood pressure. Now, if the blood pressure doesn't come down with treatment, what the obstetrician should normally do is either one of two things. Well, they say they induced her, or they can do what they call an elective cesarean section. But prior to the cesarean section, you got to control the blood pressure. Right. You see, you got to control it. Right. So I don't know how that girl was managed, because from why, you see, that's why I'm telling you that she was mismanaged. Even if she was induced, if they induced the labor, with different methods of induction. So I would assume that that's another thing now. She should have had intravenous fluids going. Oh yeah. You were saying something about something that could have caused her to be dehydrated. What was it you were? Yeah, well, if she's severely dehydrated, the temperature will go up. Oh, and that could cause her to have the flu-like symptoms. Well, not really. But they said she was breathing, having problems breathing. Is that something that comes with complications that some women have during? Well, she could have had problems breathing because the blood pressure was high. Oh. I don't know if the blood pressure was controlled. So they said that she said she had this shortness of breath 3 days even prior to her going for the delivery. So you're saying that could be caused because of the blood pressure? Well, that could be one of the causes. Could be a possibility. It could be a possibility. Okay. Then they said that she was coughing. No, and then they said she had like a fever. You don't even know what to believe, because they could say anything. With her just having the shortness of breath alone, they took that as a symptom of COVID-19. Right? And they didn't even do the test. They didn't test her. They didn't even do any questioning to ask her if she had all the symptoms or anything. Anybody could cough. Even if she had flu-like symptoms, she could have just had the flu or just a regular common cold. That doesn't mean she had COVID. You know what I'm saying? These fools, foolish, ignorant people.
They're not trained. They're not properly trained. That's my conclusion. And then she doctor. He's at fault too. The one who's looking after her.
Okay.
And if she probably had excessive fluid, I don't know how much fluid she had.
Why would you say he was at fault as well?
Well, he was at fault because of her management.
Because he said he couldn't. The way he make it sound is as though he had no control over them carting her from hospital to post the pillar. You know, the way he sounded is as though he didn't have much say in it. Because what they said is that she went in Thursday evening around 5 because maybe she was having this contractions, possibly, I don't know. She went to deliver. She went to do a delivery. They said within a couple hours, maybe an hour or two of the nurses looking at her, they observed she had COVID-19 symptoms. That nonsense. And based on their observation, and she was coughing a bit. And based on that, I'm sure it wasn't any uncontrollable coughing or anything. So you can't cough. A person just cough to clear the lungs. It doesn't mean they have anything deadly. This is the ignorance that comes with the foolishness and the fear mongering that people get pounded with every day. Every day the fear mongering. So anybody that cough and anybody that has a temperature automatically has that. But the last people you should expect this from is medical people.
Exactly. That's how to show you they're not properly trained.
That's putting it nicely. That's
jackasses.
putting it nicely.
He will say that you will call them jackasses.
Yeah, Jack, even there's an insult even to the jackasses. Must have more sense than them. This is nonsense. They, based on that now, they come to a conclusion with no tests, no proof. They can't handle her. They don't have the facility to deal with her situation if her situation worsens. It's like, what situation are they even talking about? She went there to deliver baby. She didn't went there for COVID-19. The thing I want to know is, and then they said they call her doctor. And they called some other hospital, some university hospital, to ask them to take her, and they didn't want her. Then they called some other hospital. Then they said at some point when her gynecologist wanted them to do a cesarean, something about the anesthesiologist, they didn't want to administer the drugs for the for that to be done. To put her under the what do you call it again? There's a word for that. When you put the anesthetics? Anesthesia.
Anesthetist.
Yeah.
They just use American term. We don't use that long term.
Oh, you don't use that. Anesthetist. Okay.
It's about the same thing.
So they were supposed to put her under that so she can do the cesarean.
Yeah, put her.
They didn't want to do it either. They didn't even want to. They were treating the girl like she was some plague or something.
Gross negligence.
I don't understand these people. So, and she's at the hospital. Then somebody else who was supposed to do something.
From pillar to post.
From pillar to post, and the woman and the
that's the worst thing you can do with a woman in labor. The worst thing.
Worst thing. Because it probably sent up her blood pressure too.
But it must even make it higher.
Yes, because it was already high. It's a miracle that poor baby is alive. That's a miracle, baby, for what that child went through in the womb.
We don't know.
Oh, God have mercy. Then now, I don't know, then she ended up at some other hospital. It's 4 hospitals and all, that
not 4.
4 that were contacted. She didn't go to all, but all 4 were contacted or involved in some way. Then the one that she did deliver the baby at first, they had to take an hour before they could even admit her. 1 whole hour. A woman in labor sitting in an ambulance.
With the history that she had in the first place. Gross mismanagement from top to bottom. And I'm surprised that happened at an Adventist hospital.
Yes.
A private hospital.
Private hospital. And there were reports that she paid, as I said, $500,000 Jamaican dollars for her treatment there and for her delivery to be done there.
They demanded back.
Right, and they're the ones that refuse her, and then they turn around now and saying they didn't refuse her. How you mean you didn't refuse her? If you didn't keep her there and do the delivery there, of course they refused her. All of them refusing her.
They're trying to cover the tracks.
Yes, then when she go to this other one now, I can't remember the name of that one. That hospital is where she had the baby, and then they sent her now to another hospital after she had this confusion. As her doctor said, it was madness. I have never heard anything like that in my life. This is why people call these countries.
It's worse than a village. Third world country. I used to be annoyed, when I used to hear that term.
I used to be annoyed with it too, but I could see why they call these countries third world countries. The way they acted, that wasn't even third world. That's like 10th world. Because even a village in Africa, they could do better. Even a village in Africa, they could do better. And this is not to insult Africa, but seriously, even village people would have done a better job at delivering that child and assessing her situation than these so-called professionals. It's so
right, Adventist hospital.
Yes, St. Andrews, and then they want to blame everybody else. They want to blame her doctor. They want to blame the anesthesiologist who didn't want to do, but they're the ones who refused her. That's where she went originally because that's where she was supposed to do her delivery.
Yeah, that's where she booked.
And they're the ones that started the confusion by claiming, assuming that she had COVID-19 with no proof, and then sending her everywhere because they're so afraid of COVID-19 that they can't help a pregnant first-time mother. You know what? They should be sued into oblivion. They should lose their license. That the anesthesiologist who didn't want to administer the anesthetics to her, that person should lose their license. They shouldn't be allowed.
But you said the government can be involved though. The government looking into the case.
Now I heard that her doctor, when he was talking to the media, now I heard that threatening him. The medical board threatening him, and some of the hospitals threatening him and telling him he shouldn't speak and he's talking too much. Yes.
I don't know they're in the wrong.
Yes. They know they're in the wrong, but they have to be held accountable because that woman lost her life. Young woman, 23, would have turned 24 today.
That's on the border, 24.
That baby now ain't gonna never know her mother. And then now I heard this is the second case of negligence with a young mother in Jamaica within a week. They had some other incident.
Something is wrong.
Something is wrong. It's unbelievable.
They got to be investigated.
Good Lord. She coughs, so that means she got corona. Her temperature high, that means she got corona. It can't be nothing else.
And the thing is, there was no test done to prove it.
No test. When they did test her now, she didn't have it. So what are they going to say now? What up to now, this is the thing that I don't get with the media too. The media has not officially said what the child died of. What did this young woman die of?
Because they can't, because this is where they got to investigate and do asking for postmortem.
Right.
The own private postmortem.
Right. That's what her family is doing, and they're doing the right thing. They're ready to retain a lawyer, and they're getting their own postmortem done because the hospital is going to say anything. Why did she have to die? She didn't have to die. She was an otherwise healthy young woman. Pregnancy is not a sickness, but it comes with certain complications. Total mismanagement. Unbelievable. And you know what's the worst part? As her boyfriend was saying, they had some person flying from Turks and Caicos who had COVID-19, and they treated them in Jamaica. And he was trying to say his girlfriend, the baby's mother now, was a citizen of Jamaica, working professional, tax-paying citizen, and in her own country, they refuse her health care because they assume she had something that she didn't even have. But yet they're going to let somebody coming from another country who actually had it and they receive medical treatment. Yes. What kind of insanity is that? Eh? What kind of insanity? And you know, these hospitals, the staff, the people responsible for that, they shouldn't just be fired. They should be stripped of their license. They shouldn't be operating as medical professionals ever again. Because how you gonna turn away a pregnant mother? Where's she supposed to go, in the middle of the street? They don't want to. They don't want. They're not even looking at her medical history. They should have called her doctor to find out. Well, okay, why is it that she has high blood? Right. Why is it that her temperature is high? Why is it that she's got? Find out what the first conclusion they're gonna draw. Oh, she has COVID-19. It's like this thing send people, like these people, the brain at the bottom of the foot or something. The brain at the back, they're walking on the brain. They don't use it. Nonsense.
Like they just got COVID and they don't even know.
Yes. And the part is the part, even if she did have that, you're going to send her, you're going to just leave her in the street to give birth by herself? Huh? Even if she did have it, is that the way hospitals and medical people operate? Shame on the medical professionals in Jamaica. Shame on them. Shame.
So the article was in the Stabrook newspaper?
Stabrook ran it, but they got it from the newspaper in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah,
it's all over the Caribbean. This news is people are outraged throughout the entire Caribbean. And the thing is, every pregnant woman now in Jamaica must be in fear. Because if she go in a hospital and she even cough to clear her lungs, they're going to think she got COVID and they're going to kick her out. What kind of madness is that? That's madness.
You know what is? You know that what boils down to a national disgrace.
It is a national disgrace. What kind of medical? Those are not professionals. Even somebody with basic common sense and a human heart knows you can't kick a pregnant woman out on the streets. Regardless of what you think she has, and yeah, they come to that conclusion based on an assumption. Based on an assumption.
What about HIV/AIDS?
Exactly.
For them?
Exactly. If they know they can't handle sick people or they can't handle pregnant women, they should just leave the jobs. Go and find another profession. Let other people who know what they're doing and who want to take care of human beings be in the medical profession. If they're not in it for the right reasons, why are they medical people? It's ridiculous. It's just a pity. She was in the wrong country at the wrong time.
Was she mixed? She looked mixed. She looked like half Indian.
No, she's not mixed.
Oh, she's a black girl?
Yeah, she's a black girl. Very beautiful girl.
Yeah, pretty girl.
Very pretty. And they said she had just recently graduated from University of the West Indies, I believe. Or she was attending. Yeah, she's an educated young woman. She was a working professional at that age of 23. And the boyfriend was saying she was saving up. She had so many plans for the baby. She and he, I suppose, for their child. You know? But the thing is, to me, her doctor should have made more demands on the hospital. And listen, he should have demanded his patient
but I wonder where the doctor, he should be
demand that the patient deliver, COVID-19 or not. You can't move her until she delivers this baby and her condition is stable. You can't be moving somebody in that condition from post to pillar, send she out in the streets. What kind of madness is that?
Sit down in the ambulance for 1 hour.
For 1 hour, what kind of... She could have got infection, all kind of thing, for all this movement all over the place. Even infection does cause people to get fever because the body fighting infection. They couldn't think of that. The only thing they could think of that she has is COVID-19. This thing, oh my God. This thing.
Daddy will say they were jackasses.
Jackasses indeed. Even the jackasses got more sense than them. Honestly. Outrage, absolutely outrageous. That child I call her child because she's so young, 23. 23, she ain't even live yet. What, 23 years old? She would have been 24 today. She should have never died. A healthy woman who was treated worse. She was treated worse than a dog, how they treat her. You don't even treat a dog like that. How they treat that girl is worse than a dog. I'm telling you. That's how they treat her, worse than a dog. And none of them ain't come out and say they apologize or taking responsibility. But that's what I was thinking now. It's everybody else's fault but theirs. Shifting blame, as they say. That's exactly how the article put it. The shifting blame. Like if shifting blame gonna solve anything, then they're threatening her doctor that he mustn't talk to nobody. Why he can't talk to nobody? Isn't Jamaica a free democratic country? People don't have freedom of speech. It's guilt, you know. It's guilt. No, they're gonna go to court, and I hope, pray to God, they need a team of lawyers to battle that will sue. They should get aid. St. Andrew's Hospital should be sued into oblivion till they shut down. Because what is the point of having a hospital if you're not providing medical care to people? What is the point? If you're sending people in the streets to die, what's the point? Why are they even a hospital? At this stage, every hospital in every country should have some kind of preparations for people and some kind of plans to deal with anybody going in there with COVID-19. Suspected, not they mightn't have it. Suspected. Right. They just suspect and they kick her out. The fact is, even if she had it, they had no right kicking her out. No test, and they kick her out. That is criminal. That right there is criminal. What they call, they got another term, they call criminal negligence. Criminal negligence, that's the word. Criminal that's like seeing somebody dying and you're supposed to help them and they leave her to die. They're responsible for her death. They accelerated it. She did, if you ask. Then they said she didn't have enough oxygen. She didn't have enough oxygen. They had to administer oxygen. They weren't even treating her like a human being or a patient. Their whole focus was they suspect she has this. They didn't try to solve any problem to deal with her situation. They just try to get rid of her. They want to get rid of her. Okay, if she got fever, do something to deal with that. Exactly. If she has high blood pressure, do something to deal with that. If she's losing oxygen, she's not breathing properly, do something about it. That's what hospitals are for. Criminal negligence. All of them are bloody criminals. They should be arrested. You know what? First of all, they should suspend all of them. They should be suspended. Suspend all of them. They should. No, you see, they got procedures too that they should follow. They should be stripped of their license. They should be stripped of their medical license. Yes. They should be stripped. They should be the decision makers at that St. Andrew's Hospital. They should be stripped of their medical license. The thing I don't understand is how can just a nurse tell a patient and her gynecologist that she can't stay at this hospital? Is she running the whole hospital? You mean they can't go higher than her? I want to understand that. Is it really her decision? One nurse or two nurses? No. It has to be somebody higher. And even if a nurse said who is hired, there should have been a doctor on call to overrule them. Exactly. And even if the doctor had the same nonsensical mentality like them, somebody gotta be above him. And then apart from that, over for 24 hours now, this woman going through all this. Go to the health minister. No, they should have taken it further. You don't stop at the bottom, you go straight to the top. If you got to bombard the Minister of Health, go to the media. You know where till now, she already gone home to be with her maker. Huh? Go to the media, make it an issue that this woman went to this hospital and she can't. No hospital don't want it. Get the media involved. I bet you they had got the media involved while this was all transpiring. They would have done something faster.
Action.
Yes. Even if you gotta get the health minister on the phone, you gotta push. Nonsense. Nonsense. You know? Her family, look, if they had to deal with the right people, some people would have raised hell in the hospital till they look after she. Because let me tell you something, if it was a white woman went in there, even if the woman had COVID-19, if a white woman went in St. Andrew's Hospital with COVID-19, Ebola, and all them put together, they would have looked after her.
God, this is stupid.
Yes, they would have looked after her. Especially she don't pay she money. The child pay her money. And they don't look after her because she's black. Why black people treat black people like this? If it was a white woman went in there, you think they would have sent her in the street? Never. They wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have had her from post to pillar and pillar to post. No, they wouldn't have done it to a white woman. What is wrong with people in the Caribbean? What is wrong? Oh.
I tell you some of them backward and coming forward.
Backward and coming. They ain't even trying to come forward. They ain't even trying. This is 2020. This nonsense should not be. Unbelievable. A pregnant young woman in her own country refused health care by multiple hospitals in Jamaica. Unbelievable. Not in a village, in Jamaica, a whole country like Jamaica. Nobody want to take her.
I always want tourists come there.
Well, the tourists, if the tourists get sick, they ain't gonna worry because most of them white. So they ain't gonna treat a white person like they're gonna treat their own local. You see what I'm saying? I am quite certain if she was a white young woman, even if she went in there with COVID-19 and Ebola put together, they wanna treat her like that. But she black and they only suspect she got something. And that's how they're treating her.
They don't exist. They didn't even exist.
Unbelievable. That she lost her life over this nonsense. And the worst part is the baby will never know her mother. Thank God the baby alive, and I'm praying for that baby that God will protect that baby, because the other case with the other mother, and some other young woman that died due to negligence too. Her baby died 2 days after her. Yes. What kind of wickedness is that? Huh? And then light of that.
The profession and the profession for the wrong reasons, you know. Some of them become nurses and for the wrong reasons.
Wrong reasons. What was the reason if they don't want to look after sick people? Why are they there?
Well, look after for the money. That's why they're there. You think that's why they're there? God, I want some money.
Don't worry. I pray to God her family get some high-powered lawyers and sue. They need to shut down that thing and shut them down. They need to be sued into oblivion. Literally.
What's going to happen now? Pregnant women ain't going to want to go there.
But they shouldn't. Nobody shouldn't go there. Whether they're pregnant or not. Because what's the point? A hospital is a place people go to be taken care of.
Get better.
To get better. To get treatment. To get help. So why are they there?
Private one. Private one.
And the girl paid her money. She paid them in advance. They'll get paid. It's not like she arrived with two long hands asking for help. She was registered there, booked there, everything. And they can send her away and then say no, they didn't send her anyway. So why are you calling another hospital to take her?
Exactly.
They didn't send her. Well, if you would send her, why you need to be calling another hospital? Why they gotta call 3 other hospitals? For what?
They think the target a pack of fools, you know. Hey. No, they think they're dressing jackasses like themselves.
I sorry she didn't have some family that would have raised hell in there till they look after she. They got some people like that.
The thing is, I was wondering if she was accompanied when she went.
Well, I hope she was. I don't know if she was. They didn't say. They didn't say whether her boyfriend was with her because her mother is not in Jamaica. Her mother's in the U.S. And the mother couldn't come because I'm sure because of the lockdown situation. You see what I'm saying? I am sure her mother would have wanted to be there for her, but because of this whole situation, the lockdown, probably no flights, nothing. She couldn't be with her daughter. You see what I'm saying? So it would be the responsibility of the boyfriend and the family's members there that are close to her to accompany her. I can't imagine seeing her going there by herself.
Going alone is true.
Because you see, when you're in situations like that, you need somebody to speak for you and advocate. Because where she can get the strength to speak for herself. You see what I'm saying? She needed somebody who would be there and make demands and raise hell in there until she gets the medical care she gets. If the girl call the police, fine. But you're gonna look after my relative. You're gonna look after them. They're not leaving here until you look after them. You ain't gonna have shit in the night. Imagine in the night she must be going from post to pill in the night, Jew. Huh? Who do you think they're dealing with? A piece of rag, a piece of floor cloth they could just throw around?
They may got no compassion. They may not be nurses, man. The village women.
I wouldn't even insult village people like that. Just trying to tell you, I think the village people would do better than them. The uneducated people that they look down on would do better than them. People with basic common sense would do better than them. Their behavior comes from ignorant people.
Yeah, it's true.
The way they behave, they didn't even respond to her situation like a professional medical person with a brain. The way they behave is as if there's some commoner, some ignorant, illiterate commoner on the street that just frightened COVID-19 and don't know how to respond to a person in the situation. Like, oh, they just see them coming and they're gonna run the other way. Nonsense. And there's right now there's a campaign for demanding justice for her on social media. Justice for Jodian. They can't bring back her life, but her life should count for something. Even for the sake of her child, her life should count for something. Oh, Lord have mercy on this world. Have mercy. Have mercy on us, Jesus. I prayed for the family and I prayed for the baby. Because that poor baby, she know what's going on. But to know that baby will never know the love of her mother. She will never feel the hug of her mother. She will never nurse at the breast of her mother. She gonna grow up with no mother. Just because of them ignorance.
She might get a stepmother later on.
Yeah, but the stepmother is nothing like your own mother. It's nothing like your own mother. They stole that child's mother from her. That's what those wicked people did. They killed her mother. And it's a miracle the poor baby is still. I pray to God the baby does well and that she's stable and that she's healthy. Because of the kind of distress the mother went through, it could have affected the child. It could have affected the child. It's like they stopped treating her as a pregnant woman just as soon as they made the assumption that she got some plague that she didn't even have. False assumption. They didn't even treat her. They stopped treating her like a pregnant woman in distress and started treating her like the plague. That's how they treated the woman. Unbelievable.
No feelings.
Totally inhumane.
They should put a rice back on the faces.
Wicked people. Wicked people. Wicked.
The Englishman will say wicked bastards.
Wicked bastards. That's what they are. Wicked bastards. When I read the article, this thing get me so upset. I said, what kind of wickedness is this? I have never heard of anything like that in no part of this planet Earth. That a pregnant woman go in a hospital and they refuse her any help. And then none of the hospitals don't want to help her. She got to go from hospital to hospital to hospital before she could even give birth. Unheard of. Jamaica gonna make Guinness Book of World Record for this nonsense. I'm telling you, they gonna make Guinness Book, and it's unheard of. I've never heard of it. Have you?
No.
No part of this planet have I ever heard of such madness.
There is a bad reputation on the medical system.
Denied healthcare in her own country. In her own country, yet they gonna take in some citizen from another country. I think they said it's Turks and Caicos. Some woman went there with COVID-19. They know she had it, and they took her into Jamaica, and they gave her medical care. No problems, no questions asked. But a citizen of their own country that they assume had something they shouldn't even have.
That's pregnant woman. It's a national disgrace.
Pregnant woman.
That case ain't going in a hurry.
No, a pregnant woman. Don't make it worse. A pregnant woman. I mean, that's how you can treat a pregnant woman. What society come to? You can treat a pregnant woman like that. And this is why when I read the article, I said I have to send it to you to show you because you are a midwife. And you would know, as a midwife with all those years experience, over how much years experience, I know you would know. You from the symptoms, you would know it's not what they're trying to say. It could be something else. They couldn't even diagnose the problem properly. They can just jump to conclusions, make a false assumption, and then treat she like the plague, like a floor clot. They could just fling out the hospital. They could care less what happened to her. They showed no care. They did not care.
No compassion.
No compassion.
Not an ounce of compassion. Not an ounce.
The way they behave is like demons. They don't even behave like normal human beings. That's how demons is behaved.
Really, they shouldn't be working at present, Really, they shouldn't be working.
They should all be sent home. I don't even know why the hospital even retaining the people who were associated with this woman's
situation. They should be suspended
situation. They should be during the investigation. They should be suspended.
Yeah, that's a normal procedure. Suspended.
And they should be completely stripped of their medical license.
Well, they can't strip them yet. They got to investigate.
Yeah, investigate them, but that should be the conclusion of the matter. They should not operate as medical professionals because that's not what they're not that. The nurse who sent her away, the anesthesiologist should be stripped of their medical license. How could you not administer any anesthetic to the woman to have a cesarean when you see she's already in distress? That is criminal. I'm telling you, that's criminal. Nonsense. Unbelievable.